is coming, there's nowhere to escape. Your life is slowly fading into your hollow grave. You cannot be saved. You cannot be saved. There was once a man who couldn't die. In fact, to this day, that man is still alive. He lives in the cosmos on the edge of time. Little kids are murdered with a nursery rhyme.
He's the dead.
But he walks among society carrying a sickle and a shotgun. With a touch of death from death's hands, he's a undying, unstoppable dead man. You don't know. The touch of death is coming. You don't know. There's nowhere to escape. You don't know. Your life is slowly fading. You don't know. Into your hollow grave. You don't know. You cannot be saved. You cannot be saved. When death is upon us, come with me right now and don't be afraid. I've been alive for many centuries. Watch new kings replace old kings. Seen empires overthrown with war, disease and sickness for rich and poor. Armies form and prepare to fight. Damn, what a battle, it lasted 20 nights 19 days, 12 BC. To think nobody ever heard of me. I'm in the background, that's where I grew. Watch a whole lot, learn a thing or two. Come to find out they're afraid of you if you don't die exactly the way they do. They knew I wasn't right from the start, with jet black blood to match my black heart. Found out quick that the world was cold for anybody even had a soul. Understand? The touch of death is coming. Understand? There's nowhere to escape.
Yuma, Pontius, 800 unit shanty. Asteroid,
The Tempest, tornadoes of fire, being chased by enormous tidal waves. The Tempest, tearing down forests and fields, revealing crop circles. The Tempest, who will be left? Who will still be around in the end? The Tempest, who will survive long enough to join us for the new dawn? Is there darkness all around you? Are you lost, confused, afraid? all the time afraid inside? Does it sometimes feel like you're walking through a dark, endless cave with no way out in sight? Does it feel like you're falling further and further into an endless pit of despair? Does it seem that nobody can help you or even understands what it is you're going through? Your link is missing. You're lost, but there is a way. You must find your link. You must find faith. You must believe. Hope and believe in your faith. Whatever that faith is, you must have faith and believe. We only get so much time to live. Don't spend your days in the dark and then die without ever having faith. Find your faith, find your missing link, and find the light.
If you are wise, you'll listen to me.
What do you get when you guzzle down sweets?
Eating as much as an elephant eats.
What are you at, getting terribly fat?
What do you think will come of that? I don't like the look of it. Oompa, loompa, doopa-dee-da. If you're not greedy, you will go far. You will live in happiness too. Like the oompa, loompa, doopa-dee-doo. Doo-ba-dee-doo.
Well, you demons have worked hard over these holidays. You have attacked my integrity, my beliefs in myself and others. You've attacked my higher authority figures by placing me on a mantle before them in a mocking fashion, driven me to deny what I have witnessed to be truth, tried to cause me to feel shame in myself by flaunting adulterous temptations and drive me towards outbursts of anger and rage so that I could easily be led towards doubt and self-worthlessness. Not to mention what you've done to those who stand by me and support me. However, my resolve is not shaken. Your demons have failed, for the Lord sent his angels long ago and they have made me stronger than steel, still sharp enough to cut down the sons of iniquity. The one I see that has not turned his back to your tricks, your cunning ways and schemes is God. He has led me towards many things, and seeking that wisdom came with struggles and hardships that has strengthened me. Despite your best efforts, you have all failed, once again, horrifically. That's just a summary of the past few weeks. In the last days, Michael will deliver Israel from their troubles. Daniel tells of the 2 resurrections. The wise will know the times and meanings of his visions. 1 And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. 2 And many of them that sleep in the dust of their earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. 3 And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars for ever and ever. 4 But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words, and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. 5 Then I Daniel looked, and, behold, there stood other 2, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. 6 And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, How long shall it be to the end of these wonders? 7 And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth for ever that it shall be for a time, times, and an half, and when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. 8 And I heard but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? 9 And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed, till the time of the end. 10 Many shall be purified, and made white, and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. 11 And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. 12 Blessed is he that waiteth, and cometh, to the 1,305 and 30 days. 13 But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest, and stand in thy lot at the end of the day. Let me tell you a short story that I pieced together from pictures that seemed close to the image I remembered and decrypted using the knowledge of the dream prophet, Daniel, to better understand what I remembered. First let me explain how I gathered the original material for this, for those viewers who seek some sort of reference that shows the evidence of truth to my words here. These memories came to me in fragments as I was reading the chapters of Matthew. As the story went on, within my mind, the words took on a shape as a silent film type movie played out. The conversation I put together by using descriptive association to the emotions that I could sense being felt by those in the memory. When I read the chapter of Matthew the first time 20 years ago, I only had pieces. Later on I kept replaying the words I had read to the memories, never going back to read more or clarify anything in order to get a more authentic memory recession. So this information was done completely by memory as I wrote it 20 years after the first memories were revealed to me. So this is my story. The terms used are not exact and I've translated with modern words as best I can. One day Matthew, and his brother Daniel, were sitting by the Sea of Galilee patching the boat your father had left you. Daniel was much bulkier than him, but Matthew was the elder brother. He was patching the boat while Matthew was stitching the sails. There was a bad storm the night before and the boat came untied and capsized ashore not far from their house luckily, but it was busted up a little. Matthew was grumbling about how he felt it was pointless fixing the boat to go fishing because they hadn't caught a worthy amount in a full passage through the house of Luna, which equals out to a week in our translated time scale. I was wary about trusting Matthew then, but Daniel trusted him, so I did too, but I don't remember why. I remember Matthew did not like me and thought I was some charlatan. Before we went out on the boat to fish that day, we had to repair the fishing net, and Matthew asked me from what trade my father was, and I said I was raised in a carpenter's family. He looked at my hands and did not believe me because my hands were not rough like a hard-working carpenter's sons should be. Then I explained that he was not my actual father. They raised me, but my father was from a distant place. I think I was not sure. That was when I first began mentioning the strange dreams of a distant place in some unreachable land a great distance from then. We went out and Daniel was griping about the fish still, but I could tell he didn't approve of my net weaving skills, so I told him to cast the net into the water. Now realize at that moment it was not me that was speaking but something else, a power which guided me many times in my life then. Though it was my mouth moving, I was not there in spirit in those moments. It was then that I saw my Father, Elohim. He showed me of the things to come, the hardships, the crucifixion, the price I must pay and the reason behind it all. When I came to, I was standing on water looking towards them both and walked uneasily towards the boat. It was as I was walking towards the boat that an angel had come and delivered me back into my body, and the power receded as I regained full control and awareness of my surroundings. I remember seeing a great light, like a doorway or gate, open over the water near the boat, and a vast but kind presence was emanating from that doorway into the light. When I left home at the age of 16, I think, it was after my mother had told me about who my father was really. That the Nephilim had come to their home and had prophesied of my birth and came to perform a miracle, for my mother's womb was barren and she could not bear children, but the Nephilim said that Elohim was the maker of all things and he would heal her barren womb and she would give birth to the messianic chosen one. Realize that I am struggling with the words as I write, for I know they are not the right terms that were used, so I am associating as best I can. After she told me the truth of my father, and my father Joseph confirmed this, I left to begin to search for my purpose and reason for being here. I knew that I had a higher purpose, a destiny, to fulfill, but the only answers I ever found led to my death being the answer. So I journeyed until I found Matthew and Daniel. When I found them, more like they found me, starved and dehydrated, I almost collapsed when I reached the shores. They came and helped me, brought me fresh well water and something to eat. That's all I really have at the moment that is clear enough to write down.
Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-doo. I've got another puzzle for you. Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. Who do you blame when your kid is a rat, pampered and spoiled like a Siamese cat? Blaming the kids is a lie and a shame. You know exactly who's to blame. The mother and the father. Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-da. If you're not spoiled, then you will go far. You will live in happiness too. Like the Oompa, loompa, doompa-dee-doo.
I've been stuffed in your pocket for the last 100 days. When I don't get my bath, I take it out on the sleighs. So grease up your baby for the ball on the hill. I'll polish them rockets now and swallow those pills and say, oh. Space Lord, motherfucker. There's a car in the field now in a column of flame, with 2 doors to choose, but only one bears your name. You've been drinking my blood, well, I've been licking your wounds. Well, I shave off the pitch now and the scope of your tune. You'll sing, oh. Space Lord, motherfucker. My nightmares, using my name. You're strobing my cortex, and you know I'm insane. I've squeezed out in overdrive, and I'm drowning in love. I encompass some mortal position above, and say, oh. Space Lord, motherfucker. Miles
tried it on like 20 Oompa Loompas, and each one ended up as a blueberry. It's just weird.
But I can't have a blueberry as a daughter. How is she supposed to compete?
You could put her in a county fair.
Listen close, listen hard. Little Violet Beauregard. This little girl, she sees the room. Chewing, 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 chewing. All in all. Chewing, chewing, all in all. Chewing, chewing, all in all. Chewing, chewing, all in all. Girls are chewing till at last the chewing muscles grow so fast. From her face a giant chew. That just like a violin. Chewing, chewing, all in all. Chewing, chewing, all in all. Chewing, chewing, all in all. Well, use it, chews away. Her jaws get stronger every day. With one great tremendous chew, they fight the poor girl's tongue in two. That is why we try so hard to save Miss Violet Beauregard. Chewing, chewing, all in all. Chewing, chewing, all in all. Chewing, 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 all in all. Chewing, chewing, all in all.
I want you to roll Miss Beauregard into the boat and take her along to the juicing room at once. Okay?